Now we're live. All right, cool.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. All right. Just look good. All right. Hi, everybody. Nobody's really here yet, but that's okay. For anybody who's watching the VOD over on YouTube, which I've noticed there have been a few people actually doing that, which is really cool. Thank you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you, first of all. Second of all, there's a good chance that you're probably watching this over on dashgamer.com now, because we're recording this on the 10th of January, but the website reboots tomorrow morning. Ooh. And you can go to dashandholmesy.com or dashgamer.com to see it. It'll take Dash and Holmesy will take you now to our brand new hub, our nice schmick hub, where it'll have the audio version available for download or to listen to right on there, or the video, the VOD, and it'll take you right to the channel or everything else. So I will mention that during the pod as well. But yeah, good times. I'm just going to quickly switch over to the scenes just to make sure everything is good before we jump into the main show. Yep, 8-Bit just retweeted that. Awesome.
Hey.
Because it has been a little while since I've used this layout. All right, cool. All right, Holmesy, whenever you are ready, we'll jump in.
I'm good. We're ready.
Okay, we ready?
Wait.
Okay, good. All right, let me pull up the script. All right, Holmesy, let's do this.
Oh.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 10 of Dash and Holmesy Take Your Hearts. I'm one of your hosts, Dash, along with my co-host, Holmesy.
Hello. How you doing?
Hi. So we haven't done a Take Your Hearts in a little bit. It feels like forever, but it's been like 3 weeks.
Has it? I feel like wasn't it only 2?
I think it's 3. No, it's 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago.
Oh damn. Okay, man. It feels the opposite for me. It feels like it was only recently that we did one.
Well, the recent one that we did was New Year's Eve.
Ah, we did. That's right. Yeah, we did the duo one. Yep,
yeah,
yep.
and that's the thing. Like, we didn't even expect to do a double, but we did, and we want to say thanks to everybody who did listen to the 2 podcasts that we put out on New Year's Eve: the Dance Your Hearts Out one and the Take 2019 one.
That's the ones. Yeah, that's why it was so recent. Haha.
Yeah, that's why it felt so recent. But our last episode of Take Your Hearts was 3 weeks ago.
Goddamn.
I think 3 weeks ago. I think it was almost a month ago, to be honest, but I haven't double checked. Anyway. But we want to say thank you to everybody who did listen to both of those podcasts. Thanks once again to 5-Star for lending us a copy of the Dancing Endless Night collection. Really appreciate being able to review that game. And also just thanks to J Dude for the follow. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that.
J Dude. What's up, my dude? Hello.
But guys, this is Dash and Holmesy Take Your Hearts. It's our tri-weekly book club inspired gaming podcast, where Holmesy and I will look into the hottest games out. We are currently playing Persona 5. However, in a few weeks' time, we'll be looking at
Kingdom Hearts 3! God damn!
I was fighting for that. All right.
Sorry.
Who cares? You fucking excited as shit. Oh my god.
No, sorry.
We're going to be looking at Kingdom Hearts. It's going to be really exciting. We're really excited to jump into Kingdom Hearts as well. And we've got some news about that as well. So stick around for the podcast. We've got some exciting news regarding that. So, but you can follow us right here on dashandholmesy.com or soundcloud.com/dashandholmesy or on iTunes, where you can give us a cheeky 5-star rating. Also available on Spotify and other podcast services. We're going to be doing some podcast. We're going to be posting on Radio Public as well, which is awesome. So if you guys do have the Radio Public app on your phone, that actually helps out the podcast heaps. Please, if you can, listen to us on Radio Public as well. Also, exclusively 3 weeks over on 8bit.net with our Hungry Family.
Hungry fam.
Yeah, boy. Holmesy, let's jump into the game.
Yeah, so I'm up to the 14th of September. Sorry, my brain immediately went to say I'm up to the 9th of the 14th, but that's because they have it the other way around in the game. They have like the month and then the date, I think. So I was about to up to the 14th of September. We've made a lot of progress. I've spent quite a while playing the game since our last installment after FUTABA'S Palace, and there's a lot that's happened, but a lot in between palaces too, a lot longer than usual.
Yeah. So the thing is with FUTABA'S Palace, we talked a lot about FUTABA'S Palace last time, and the reason that we did was wipe those glasses, boy. The reason that we did was because you only got up to the door at the end of the palace. Right before the distortion kind of happened, like you got to the really distorted part of the palace.
Yes.
And it was weird because this kind of the deal with the palaces have usually been that once you leave the palace, you send the calling card, and then the door opens and you're in the boss fight. This was a little bit different this time.
Yeah, well, because we kind of got like forced into a fight, didn't we?
Yes, but
Kind of got thrown into the deep end.
kind of, yeah. So the door opened. So we talked about the whole palace and the structure and everything, how nice and neat it was last time. Now that once FUTABA'S door was opened to you, explain to me what you saw.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember now because I got so much I'm trying to remember from my last playthrough. But we went through the door, and then, well, I mean, I called that we weren't going to be fighting FUTABA herself. We were fighting FUTABA'S mum, or FUTABA'S cognition of her mum and what she remembered of her mum and how she felt that her mum thought of her before she died. And then we see her awaken to her own persona. And I've got some thoughts about the way that she interacts with the team I want to talk about later too, which I think is really, really cool.
Yes.
But it was just weird to see, I guess, every other palace we've done now. FUTABA was number 4, yeah? That's the 4th palace we've done. It's been Kaneshiro, Kamoshida, Madarame, FUTABA, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah? I'm so glad I got Kaneshiro and Kamoshida right.
Correct, yeah.
Off the first time ever on the pod. It was just a whole different take on that. And I think that was, it was really cool to see the whole different approach to a new palace that way.
Right. When the door did open, though, you entered the distorted map afterwards. It wasn't directly, you didn't head in and you weren't directly into the boss. So in the past palaces that you did, it was get to the distorted part, send the calling card, head into the boss battle. This time it was a little different. You left it because you couldn't access the distorted part. You actually had to leave, send the calling card, get her to open her door, give her the calling card to read.
Yeah, true. Yeah, sorry, I know what you're talking about now. Yes, we had to go into her room and she wouldn't open the door.
How was that interaction?
It was weird because she was very resistant to letting us go into her room for the first time, I guess. And like, I'm trying to remember now. I don't think we force our way into the room. I think she just kind of like bursts through the door in the end. But like, we have to coax her into letting us give her the calling card because she doesn't understand. We'll find out she understands a lot more about the whole cognition and like this other world. She seems to know a lot more, or quickly quick up. I meant to say quickly pick up what the whole place is about. Quickly quick up. There you go.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was unusual to see that we had to coax someone into letting us give them a calling card, whereas normally there's just a direct place that we can send it to. So
yeah,
it's interesting. This whole reason we were in there was just entirely different to anybody else's, and hers has been the most interesting palace so far.
Yeah. It like honestly, last time we spoke, you said this has honestly been your favorite palace. And it probably was due to the clean nature of it, and it was simple structure, and all the puzzles that you did complete were very, like you said last time, it was very Kingdom Hearts like.
Yeah. I liked how neat it was though. Like it was neat, but it was still hard to get around. Like nothing was like laid out in front of you.
Yeah.
It was linear, but not simple linear. Like whereas all the other ones were just like, where do I go? Where are you taking me? What do I got to do? Some of them were. Some places were a bit obscure to get to, and this one wasn't as.
I feel
a nice balance of challenging and fun.
I feel like Madarame's Palace was probably the one that I felt most. Like I loved Madarame's Palace, the look of it and the aesthetic of it, but I feel like some of it, like there was a repeat button sometimes, and you had to go back and do a couple things.
Yeah, well, like getting one of the key cards to get through a certain door. It's just like you have to fight your way up to a certain door, and then it's like, oh, you can't go through that door. Now fight your way back and get that key. Now fight your way back up again and put the key in the thing.
Yeah. Very odd, very odd. Let's. So once you did open the door, you entered the distorted map. How did you fare there? Because like once you give that calling card, essentially what happens is it opened up the distorted part of this map. Usually that's not what happens, as I said. Like usually you're open to the distorted part and then you give the calling card, but this time it was a little bit different. That boss battle theme music hit, and you were probably expecting to jump into the boss battle like usually happens, but this time it was actually like you had to head into the distortion. You had a few of the shadows roaming around at that time. How did you fare in that way? Was it as simple as what it usually is? Because I kind of found it a little bit difficult from memory. How did you fare?
I'm trying to remember specifically now what I did going through it. I know the fights I didn't find difficult.
Okay.
Like I didn't really get to a point where I was there was no points during fighting through that. I feel like I'm still not some I guess over leveled maybe. I feel like my characters are ahead of where they should be right now
Hmm.
because it's been pretty easy to clear out all these fights. I can't for the life of me. I've got all the notes and things from the most recent progress and I can't remember what her distortion looks like now. I need to go and actually look.
That's all right. All good. In terms of you mean the shadows distorted?
No, like the distorted area and like after the
Oh, right.
like after her after the door, like I can't remember all
You
of that.
get
All I
the
remember
door
now is going through
opens.
that door,
Yeah.
and then like you fight. There's like that big sphinx of her mum. Like you fight her.
Yeah, so when you open up the door, it actually raises you. You go up the elevator, it raises you to a new level in the palace. And then it's like a really distorted part. Like everything around you is pretty much like binary numbers 100101 and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, is that where like there's the on off like the green and red like different like lights you have to turn on again, or is that earlier in the palace?
Oh shit! You know what? I can't even remember that part either.
I'm trying to remember that whole palace bit. I can't.
Are you
remember
talking
all
about the
that
ones where you have
specifically.
to put the orbs in the hand?
No, that was like the Anubis like statue things. You had to put those in there. There was like these binary green and red lights.
No,
green
no,
and blue
no. That's
lights.
way past that. Way past that. You're talking about the ones with the coffins there. No, no. Way past that. When you open up the door and like it raises you to a new platform basically, and you've got like all these shadows roaming around, and the boss battle theme is playing in the back. Well, the not the boss battle themes. The theme song is playing in the background, and you have to run part. Like you have to like have to try and get past all these shadows to get to Futaba's mum.
I don't remember this bit.
Oh wow, okay, no, fair enough.
I can't remember this whole part.
Are you okay? Well, I'll pull it up just so that you can probably see it on stream anyway.
So long ago now. This is like mid last year, mid December last
Oh,
year.
really?
So
Was it? Was it that long ago? Holy
yeah, that's why it's not fresh in my head right now. Like where it's nearly a month ago that I played this part.
man.
This is the first time ever in the pod that I've not been able to answer something. Because everything else I've been like, yeah, I remember that bit. I just don't remember this one part. I could for the life of me, I can't remember.
That's all right. That's all right. I'll ask you the next question. So, how'd you fare with Futaba's mum? The battle with Futaba's mum. Yeah, I knew this was coming.
Phrasing. No, the fight was actually pretty easy. Like I didn't lose. I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think I lost. No, I didn't. No, I didn't
all?
lose the fight because it's pretty clear cut what you kind of had to do. Like I learned pretty quickly that she was too far away to do. Like you couldn't do physical damage. Obviously, every time you try that, you'd miss because she was miles away. So I didn't even try.
Right.
But you just had to keep doing damage to her and then knock her down. And then she flew away. She flies up into the sky, and I was pretty lucky here because I rolled the dice with her. There was eventually I figured out there's 3 turns you get, or 3 rolls of each character's turn before you have to defend.
Yep.
But like I was pretty lucky, and I kept rolling the dice because the first turn she was gone. I prepared and I like upped my defense because I was like, she's disappeared. I can't hit her. There's got to be something big coming. I'm like, she's up in the air. Maybe she's gonna dive bomb on me or something like that. I don't know. Maybe she's gonna like blast a beam down, or she's got like something. I don't know. Something serious is happening if she's gone.
Yeah.
So like same as the big rolly ball, you know that rolling
the piggy bank.
Kanashiro piggy bank. He like starts rolling the piggy bank. Same theme as that. I was like, he's rolling the piggy bank. Something big's coming up. So
Yeah.
she disappears. Same kind of thought process. And like the last guy had something big.
Yeah.
She's gone.
Yeah.
Something big is coming again. So I ran through the first roll of my characters and I started using defense buffs.
Oh yeah.
The second one I rolled again. And I can't remember what I did there. I think I did defense. I did another defense buff again for the other 2 characters.
Right.
And then the third one, I didn't really know what to do. So the first roll, I didn't guard. I just got hit like straight damage by her.
Yeah.
People didn't die, but I was super low on health.
Mm.
And I just kind of kept rinsing, repeating that until she was like down, and you hit her or you stun her, and then she stays down, and she's got like her hands out, and you beat her up. Just kind of rinsed, repeated that. I was really lucky, I think, to get through it without losing, but she just didn't have any weaknesses, which is the trickiest part.
Yeah. If you look at the stream right now, I've actually pulled up the part that I was missing from your head, basically, like of the part, basically. Yeah.
Oh, this is so tiny. This is nothing. I just ran through this.
You just ran through it?
I didn't have to do anything. It was so easy.
Died 3 times.
This is a breeze. I just went up. I like ran through. I remember this now. Yeah, I got in there and I went straight up to the left and I kept running up the stairs. And then like before I knew it, I was there.
I died 3 times.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Yeah, I died 3 times. The shadows got me 3 times doing this.
This is the tiniest section for me though. Like I got through this really quickly. Like I spent almost no time doing this.
Oh, well, then nice. You got through it really easily. I
Yeah.
suck.
That's why no, dude, you are way better at this game than I am. But like I don't know. I just found it super easy to do. So that's
No,
probably
fair
why I
enough.
don't remember it so much.
No, all good, all good. Well, at least you got through it easily. It was one of those things where I remember playing and I was like, "Oh shit, I can't. Am I actually going to make it to this boss fight?" So I got lucky. But anyway, yeah. So once again with Futaba's mum, so you didn't lose at all. So you found it quite easily to get past her, yeah.
Yeah, but again, I mean, I'm level 35 right now. I think I was level 31 or 32 at the time.
Mm.
Maybe 32, 33. But I know, I feel like because I've spent so much time in Mementos doing grinding through there and fighting. Like whenever I go through somewhere and come back, like you have the option to run past like shadows and not fight them.
Right.
But whenever I see someone to fight, my brain immediately just goes, just fight them. It's extra experience. Just beat them up.
Yeah.
So I think because I've chosen to fight everyone and I've fought everything, I've gone through mementos and I seek out chances to gain experience.
Yeah.
I've always felt like I'm above, apart from maybe Madarame's palace. I think that was maybe a tougher time.
Right.
For like the start, I feel like I've mostly been over leveled. So I'm
Oh,
pretty comfortable with like when I play through it so far.
that's all right. That's good news. At least, well, in terms of actually ranking some of the boss fights now, because you have officially passed that halfway mark of boss fights now. Give me your ranking of the toughest boss fight to the easiest.
Toughest boss fight. I think it was. I found like the most difficult one was Madarame still with the freaking paintings.
Okay.
It took me a while to grasp like what you needed to do because I lost a few times and like each different painting part of his face had different weaknesses and like different strats and different abilities and like you kill one of them and then another one comes back and you got to like evenly distribute. There was a really particular effective strategy that was good against him. You could do it other ways, but you need to be highly leveled to do it. And I eventually got what I needed, but it was just very hard to get there. Found a lot of rinse and repeat was what I needed to do to get there.
That's interesting, yeah.
So probably that one for me. Like the other ones, like the piggy bank was, I think I lost once to that and then came back and I was fine. Fighting Kamoshida again, like I think again I lost once. Oh no, I lost 2 or 3 times to that one too, but that was the first boss fight, so I wouldn't consider that the hardest because I was learning.
Yeah, I'll get you.
But Madarame, after knowing how the game works, was probably the hardest because this one was pretty cruisy.
The characteristics of each boss fight has been unique in a way. I feel like this one here has definitely got one of the most unique spins in the game because essentially every time you've entered a palace, it's to actually defeat the shadow that you're actually entering. And once again, heading into this, you predicted that it wasn't going to be Futaba that you were actually battling. It was going to be the mum. And I remember you predicting that in the last episode. And you were right on the money. I didn't want to say anything. You were right on the money as soon as you said it.
No, you were like, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're really, really, you were on the money. Thanks. Hi, Engage. Thanks for coming.
Hey, Tanova.
So you're really on the money with it being Futaba's mum. Now, when it was shown that it was Futaba's mum, what was your reaction?
Or when I was here, like obviously no one else was watching me at the time because I was playing in the privacy of my own apartment. But when I did it, I was just like, I fucking called it.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought
It's
so.
the mum.
Yeah. Tell me now what your thoughts are on the story of that, like between Futaba and Futaba's mum. Your thoughts on that?
I liked there was a nice touch at the end, I guess, where you get to see like the true perception of Futaba's mum.
Yeah.
Once you defeat the I guess the shadow version of Futaba's mum, like once you defeat that one, you see like what she really was. And she remembers and because I'm like obviously the biggest thing at the end of this is just like, hey, so you have your own palace and you're inside your own palace and you defeated the one thing keeping your own palace in existence. You shouldn't be here. You need to leave. And as soon as you defeat the shadow of her mum, it's like you gotta leave or you're gonna something serious, like bad shit's gonna happen. So
yeah.
It was a nice little resolve, but it was very short lived because you do it and you see a mum and then it's like that was really sweet. Now get the fuck out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's like you shouldn't be here. Get the fuck out. So yeah, no, it was honestly my favorite palace of the game is Futaba's palace. I think it always will be.
It still is now. After I've only had a glimpse of the newest one, but it still is my favorite so far. Yeah.
So okay, so then question: How far you've had a glimpse? So you've actually gone into the new palace?
Only a tiny bit. So I'm just inside. Is it
Okumura.
Akumara's? Yeah, that's right. Akumara's palace. I've only stepped inside a little bit now. Like, we're up to the bit where Morgana decides to leave, or
So
sorry,
yeah, it's alright.
he runs away.
That's some good shit.
He's run away, and then we find so I now know I knew this persona user was coming up because of the dancing game. But we've seen the flower girl. The first time you see her, the girl that's like watering flowers in the start, and then you see her in Hawaii.
Yeah.
The same girl is like a recurring character, and I saw her in the first time we saw her at the school. I was like, yeah, I seen you. And you see her in Hawaii, and it's like, I seen you before. I know it's coming up.
Yeah.
But I didn't know when she was going to become someone in the persona, or like in the shadow, I guess, like that realm.
Yeah.
Cognitive realm. And so like to see her there, I was like, okay, interesting. The whole, was it the beauty thief, I think is her name?
Beauty thief, yeah.
Like what is that name, man? What is she doing? So I'm interested to see what role her character plays amongst the Phantom Thieves. Like I feel like she's gonna become one of the Phantom Thieves eventually anyway, because by herself she's very awkward and
I'm always serious.
why is my watch listening to me?
Always serious.
I don't know why that happened.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm keen to see what she does. I'm keen to see how she's gonna play a role in the game.
That's interesting. So you've only gotten up to the part where Beauty Thief has introduced herself, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. Like we just did that,
and you
and then
just left the palace, yeah?
I've left the palace. There was a little bit afterwards because they're still, I guess, like we're all in cahoots with Morgana, or Morgana's like run away, and so I'm trying to figure out why he's being a mopey cat.
Okay, yeah.
People don't quite know. Obviously, you can see Ryuji's had a pretty big effect on him with the whole like saying that Morgana's useless, and Morgana quietly doesn't like how much Futaba has played a big role in the team, and doesn't feel like he has a space in the team anymore. But,
yeah, very interesting portion of the story that was, yeah. The outcome of it, yeah, I think you know what's going to come anyway, so.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I can't predict what I think is going to come up here because there's nothing that's kind of alluded to. I mean, I feel like he's going to come back to the team. Like, obviously, like that's going to be, I feel like that's a thing.
That's a thing, yeah.
I'm expecting that, but
how?
I don't know what else.
Yeah. It'll be an interesting story for you to follow, that's for sure. Holmesy, let's talk about the in-between, because this was one of those times where the in-between of going from Futaba's palace to Akumura's palace has actually had an interesting story in between it, and it's a lengthy one. And I remember you telling me, like you messaged me yesterday, was it this morning? I can't remember. It was sometime today. You're like, I haven't reached the next palace.
Yeah, it was. I think it was today, this mid-afternoon possibly, or yesterday, and I was just wondering because this is probably, unless I'm forgetting, this is probably the longest time where I've been like grinding through the game and wanting to make progress, where it's been like, okay, next palace soon. Yeah. It's just it hasn't happened yet. It has now, but it took so long.
And I think I mentioned this last episode. I said in between Futaba's palace and the next palace, you're going to notice that there's a bit of a story to tell between that.
Yeah, well, we go to Hawaii, which is huge. We get to do that. Morgana runs away. We lose our cat.
Yeah. The typical beach, the anime beach episode, basically.
Yeah, which is that was an interesting. Oh yeah, and we went to the beach in general. Went to the beach, like a local beach where we were as well. So.
Oh yeah, you went to Hawaii too. Shit, I forgot all about that.
And we went to a local beach.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that. So there was the trip and the beach trip. Oh my god, I forgot all about that, dude.
The Hawaii thing was weird though. Like I don't understand why it was there. Like I get it.
Yeah.
I like there's obviously a very clear focus in the game on like you're just a normal guy. You're just a person who's going to school and has a secret second life as a cognitive hero,
a phantom
thief, and I get the whole like you're a student. Oh, this bit by the way, fucking Ryuji doing the whole grabby hands about arms. What even, man? Like what? Such a perv. Oh my god.
So good.
It's cool. I like the emphasis on the whole like real world sort of thing, but like the Hawaii trip was like I didn't get that in high school. What is this? I got to go snow camping and that was it.
Yeah, that was it was one of those points of the story that I even pissed myself laughing at. I was like, this is so like typical anime, Japanese anime kind of deal. Like you get these kind of episodes of anime in like nearly every series that you watch.
Yeah.
They call it, what they call it though is the hot springs episode. Like a lot of voice actors, that's what they call it. Oh, how are we doing a hot springs episode today? So, yeah, this is that typical episode, and like it was funny because I forgot all about the Hawaii trip. You get that basically a second time as well. And the funny thing about that was I remember watching it and going, "Oh man, there's got to be a way that Yusuke is going to end up here." And then all of a sudden, like, they're all in a group talking and everything, and Ryuji's like, "Isn't that right, Yusuke?" And I'm like, "What the fuck? Where the fuck did you come from?"
You know, in Hawaii when he just turns up, right?
Yeah, he just turns up out of nowhere. It's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, here's Yusuke, just, yeah.
Hello.
Hi, guys, I'm just
I
here."
didn't expect that. I honestly thought it was just going to be like a random, because
Yeah.
it wasn't it's not an integral part of the story. Like, it's cool to see that the Phantom Thieves are known outside of Japan. Like,
Yeah.
you talk to a few people on the beach and they're like, Phantom Thieves, they're sick. Or there's one
Yeah.
person out of the 4 you can talk to that are just like, Phantom Thieves are cooler. I've heard about them. So it was nice to have a bit of time away from like the whole, like the world that you've been living in, like in Japan. But I didn't really know like what else it was there for. It was just kind of like there's an emphasis on real world stuff, I guess.
So, in reminding me of the Hawaii thing, because I didn't write this down in a note, so now I remembered this.
Yeah.
How's your relationship with Arn?
And
Makoto?
And Makoto, yeah. So I mean, I'm still trying to do like I know that you can romance like Makoto and Futaba. So like, I mean, end goal is just gonna be romance all three of them. That's where it's gonna do it. We know that.
What? Wait, what? All three?
Yeah, why not? You just need, the only thing is I need max kindness to be able to start talking to Futaba. So I think my kindness is at 3 now.
Look at this scumbag.
But I'm just gonna do it. Like, why not? Just get all 3 if we're done. Just get it done. But I need because I can't talk to Futaba yet because I need max kindness, and the same with Sujiro now.
All right.
He's also maxed out for progress I can make until I maximize one of my stats.
Yeah.
I realize now I told a lie the other podcast where we did like earlier. I said the one that was at level 5. All of my kindness and proficiency and my guts I think are at 4, and then my there's 2 other stats are at 3. I haven't quite gotten to 5 yet, but I'm close. I feel it. But yeah, so I was at the beach and there was a chance to sit down on one of the benches like Makoto's. So you get a message and you get one from Ryuji being like, "Hey, you want to hang out? Like, you want to go do like, you're gonna go pick up the ladies." You know what I'm saying? And then you get one from Makoto that's just like, "I'm a lady. Do you want to pick me up at the beach?" And so I was like, "All right, let's go to the beach with Makoto." Ryuji's max confidant. He's fine. We got level 10 for him. He's whatever.
It's like, yeah, whatever, Ryuji. Just, don't bother me at this point. I'm trying to romance a whole bunch of chicks, right, mate?
The womans.
The
womans. So I went to the beach with Makoto. An slept in the same room as like Ryuji senpai, and who's the other guy again? Who's the fan side dude? I always forget his name. Mishima, yeah, that's right. He also was in there, and then they played a card game, and Ryuji lost, so he was sleeping on the floor.
Yeah.
And then
the food poisoning kicked in.
The food, yeah. He drank tap water.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's got like a stomach bug, so he like does like shits his pants. It seems funny.
Yeah. No, that was a great moment. Well, it was funny because it was one of those it was the first real intimate moment between the group that they were actually had a moment to kind of sit down and talk about their positioning within being a Phantom Thief as well. By the way, Engage in the chat says watching this podcast has made me really want to get a PS4 just to play Persona 5. Dude, do it. It is so good.
You should definitely do it. As somebody who was an original skeptic of the game and being like, man, this is really tough to get into.
Yeah.
You get past that hump. I'm just going to repeat Dash's words. Get past that first palace, the first hump, you will have a good time. It is a very cool game, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, like it was one of those first moments in the game where they kind of all sat down, or were lying down, I guess, and had a real talk about their position within the universe at this time,
Mm-hmm.
Also, this part of it made me laugh as well, where Futaba hacks the phones and it says, "I can see you all."
Oh, yeah. And you got shit in your eyes, Ryuji.
He's like, fuck. But yeah, it really it made me kind of also reflect on how far I came within like the game. I played Persona 5 within the span of, I think it was maybe a month myself. And within that month of playing it and getting up to that point, I was like, fuck, man, I have, like, this game and what I remember doing. Like, they kind of reminisce a little bit. And I was like, man, this game really does take you on this massive trip. And for you, who has played it now for almost a year, and you're halfway, you're only halfway. There's a good chance that you're going to go for a full year before you even complete it. Like, you might complete it at your year mark. It must be like, so far, only being halfway through, so far, it must be like a real trip for you to actually see this and actually think about those kind of things going back now, all those palaces and all those moments throughout the game.
Yeah, there's a lot that's changed. Like, there's so many, even relationships too. Like, originally, like the start of the game, you come into the world as someone who's looked down upon by everybody. Like, you're a delinquent, you've caused trouble back in like your hometown, you've been brought somewhere else to, you're staying with someone else out of like their own kindness. I guess like they're also kind of doing like, I guess, sort of social services sort of stuff. Like, he's just taking care of like a kid because he has to. But
yeah, exactly.
People don't like who you are, and then like you're raising your reputation in two aspects: as a person who is a member of high school and society, as your own name, but you're also on, like, you have this second life as a now world famous protagonist and I guess like seeker of justice,
vigilante.
Really,
yeah. So my next question about that is having, like, thinking about it, like, a lot of people have even said that the way that they go about, like, saving people and everything, is it really justice? Is it really thievery? Is it for themselves? Is it for other people? It's like almost questioning what they're doing, and that's why every time that meter comes up on the screen, are the Phantom Thieves just, and like it keeps raising and raising and raising. I always find that really cool, and especially some of the comments that come up as well.
Yeah, mine's at 80% now. It's like going up like really, really far. Like, before I went to Hawaii and before we finished off the last palace kind of thing, it was at like 60%. And then we went to Hawaii and came back, and like you see the name spread so much throughout like common media, and it just grows while you're away. Even you come back, it's like, oh, you're 80% now. You've got people like sending heart emojis. Akechi-kun is at the top of the list as being like, man, fuck this guy, change his heart.
Yeah, exactly. And they also bring it up as well at one point. I think it was right after they defeated Futaba's mum, maybe, where they were like, man, what we're doing is great, isn't it, guys? You know? And they're all like really happy with it and everything. So reflecting on it for yourself, what's kind of your thoughts on that kind of side of the story so far?
I think what they do, like, if this kind of stuff was applied in the real world, I think what they do is something that the vast majority of real people would vote and say, like, that's fucked up. You should be called out for that. The fact that they don't kill people as well, like, obviously, like, in the first one, you have that conflict of, like, do we kill Kamoshida? Like, if we kill his cognition here, like, or if we kill him here, he's going to die in the real world. Obviously, you stop, but, like, there's that morality around what you're doing. Everything that's been going on so far, like stealing other people's artwork. What did Kamoshida do again? He was
sexually abusing,
and physically abusing students and like the team. Kaneshiro, who's obviously like blackmailing people into like going in money and all that kind of, like, you know, every single person that we've taken care of so far for those reasons has been something that the vast majority would consider a scumbag person, like someone who deserves to be put in their place and called out for doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Doing what the Phantom Thieves are doing gives them the opportunity to, I say the opportunity, they don't really have a choice in the change of heart because we obviously fight to make them do that.
Yeah.
But we're changing people for the better, not just, obviously, like, you don't see much like personality change, I guess. Like, you see that, like, in a way you see like how they realize what they're doing is wrong, but you don't really see much after that. But you'd like to think that after you do that, that they are still able to be good people after that. Like, we've basically cut out a negative part of their life or a negative aspect of their personality.
Yeah.
I would agree with, if this kind of shit existed in the real world, first of all, that'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Second, I would wholeheartedly support and approve of what they're doing.
Yeah. That's awesome. Let's jump a little bit now towards some of the usual grind of questions that we usually do on the podcast as well, which is favorite character still Sojiro?
Yeah, still Sojiro. It's always still Sojiro.
It's funny because you sent me a text as well when you were raising his confidant level as well. Like, yeah, boy, check it out.
Yeah, I can't raise him anymore though. I need max kindness. Oh, actually, favorite character Sojiro, but we saw Arn in a swimsuit, so joking. Ruby, I swear to God, I'm joking.
Oh my god, what are you talking about? Your missus will probably turn around and go, "Well, look who's the look who's the weeb now."
Sojiro is definitely still my favorite. Like seeing the more and more you learn about him, and like even like when we go to Hawaii, like he pays for part of your holiday, like going to Hawaii as well. Like he says, I'm not giving you any money, but then he pays for some of your stuff.
He does,
like,
yeah, it's funny.
He clearly cares about like what you do and who you are. And you can see as you raise his confidant level 2 and you become closer with him. Like one of the comments he made when I raised his level was like, I don't know why, but I feel so comfortable and I just want to tell you these things. He's still got that bit in his head where he's just like, you be good. I'm looking after you because I have to. But deep down, he's probably just like, my son.
My son.
He's really cool though. He's still definitely my favorite character. I do though. I got a whole bunch more respect for Makoto after seeing her do the dirty on Sai, and taking her the police information or the FBI information off her computer with that USB. Like, what a bad bitch.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what are you? How's your relationship with Sai Nijima at the moment? Like, it grows every time you kind of grow a confidant as well.
I think she's at a level. I think she went out to level 4 just previously. Like, that was one of the last things I think I did. Because again, it was about like the last few things I did. I think were about watching Futaba read through the information we decrypted from her computer and what Makoto took on the drive.
Yeah.
And then it does like that whole din, 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 and the little flickering screen. And then it's like you sitting at the table.
Yeah.
And she's like, the only way you can have this information is if Makoto was to take stuff off my computer. But she wouldn't do that, would she? And it's like, yes, she would.
Yeah, she would.
It was, I think like, yeah, her confidant level went up again. And like the more I can see, I feel like I can see where this is going so far. For like, I feel like eventually her confidant level is going to grow to a point where eventually I'm calling like the end of the game here right now for like what happens. Like,
go on.
You can see what's happened. Like the start of the game is the very where you start the game is the end of the game. You're in a point in the game where you're like at the very end of what's happening, and then you get caught, and then you now are flashing back to everything that's happened. Like, this is the story all about how Senpai's life got turned upside down. And you flash back through everything that's happened. And then when we get to current time, right after the beginning of the game and what's happened, I feel like Sai is just going to be like, all right, everything you said is super trustworthy. We have great rapport. I trust everything you say. Let's go and pursue your line of thought. Let's pursue what you're telling me, and let's believe that what you said is true. And if it is, then what we're going to go and do is going to prove everything right, and we're going to catch the right person. So that's what I think is going to happen. That's very broad. Obviously, like, I don't know who it is or who's involved. But yeah, I feel like it's basically just going to be a point where a confidant level, because there's no point in the game where you can see that you can choose to make a confidant level grow or not grow. Like every single time I talk to her, it goes up a level. So that's the one confidant that I've seen always grows with every interaction. And I feel like once it gets to the end of the game, she's going to be like level 10 confidant. Here's the end of the game.
So the basis of your theory is that the end of the game is where you started the game.
Pretty much.
And
yeah, when you get caught. Like, you're going to carry on from, it's like, and now we're here. What next, senpai?
And then the max confidant, like, once you're basically saying 100% is when you reach level 10 on Sai?
I feel like that's going to be where it ends. Like, she's going to be, like, her confidant level is almost an indicator of the progress you've made through the game. Like, I'm level 4 now. Maybe it won't get to level 10. Maybe you can not raise the confidant level when you talk to her. But, like, I feel like once you get to a point, her confidence is going to be 8, 9, 10. It's going to be really close to the maximum amount, and that's going to show how much support she has for you and how much she believes you. That's a broad estimate. I know, like, there's nothing specific I'm kind of giving you about that, but that's
it's a very good guess.
I feel like that's what's going to happen towards the end of the game.
Very good guess. I like that.
We will see.
Yeah, we'll definitely say yeah. And obviously where you were, do you recall the start of the game and everything? Do you recall how that went?
I know we're inside this real classy looking, like fancy, sort of almost like ballroom looking area. Like we're on like chandeliers across the top. I don't know why we were there, but we're like jumping across chandeliers and balconies and fighting people. And then we jump outside, we escape out a window and we get caught on the way down.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get taken obviously to the police station where we are.
Cool.
But I don't know why we were there.
Cool. I like this. And you know why I like this? Because it was so long ago that you started the game.
I've kept it in my head because it's just like, this is important.
I don't want you going back and seeing it again. Don't go back.
Oh no, because I'm sure there'll be something there that'll be like,
yeah. So don't go back. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Mementos as well, because you just said that you've been grinding.
I heard chains and Mementos and I shit my pants.
Did you get caught?
No. Because I figured out it's a tiny cheese, I guess. Anyway, I'm sure it's pretty obvious that you can do it anyway. But I was fighting through Mementos and I found something, and then I was like, I gotta write notes. So I stopped and I started writing notes. And then my TV started making chain noises and a character said something. And I was just like, fuck! And I grabbed the control, went back to the train or the tram stop thing and got out of the car and the chain stopped.
Yeah.
And I got into the car again and the chains were gone. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But I realized the only time the chains come along really is if you're sitting still for too long.
Yes.
I didn't really notice. Like, I've never seen chains come up until I sat still. And it happened like 2 or 3 times today. So I was terrified and I rushed so quickly to not get caught. You were saying something though. Sorry for interrupting.
No. I wasn't at all. What I was going to say was that's the thing though. Like, a lot of people will sit there with the game idle in their hand, or whether they'll put the controller down or anything to check their phone quickly, and then they'll get distracted by what's on their phone and forget the game's on the screen. That all of a sudden, all you hear is and the whole battle will start, and you're like, oh motherfucker, what the fuck? So.
Yep. I saved the game too, so if I did get caught, I would have been fine. I kind of almost did it on purpose, but I was like, nah, we'll save it until I'm maybe ready to beat him.
There are so many moments where that's happened to me though. Not with the Reaper and Mementos, but just like I'll cop a message on my phone and forget that there's a shadow probably doing its rounds, and then all of a sudden I'm in battle. I'm like, oh, I got distracted. So Yeah. Okay. Yeah. How has your grind though gone with Memento since last time? Have you been grinding it real hard?
Yeah. So I think I'm down to the 3rd or 4th area now. So I've unlocked a new area again. There was a cool little moment when we were talking about the Phantom Thieves, how renowned they are throughout the community.
Yeah.
And that Mementos, at first they think the Mementos is based on the community's perception or the world's perception of how the Phantom Thieves, how popular they are. But then on the flip side of that, they think maybe it's not what they think of the Phantom Thieves. Maybe it's how we perceive that they think of the Phantom Thieves that causes Mementos to grow. And then Morgana gets sad again because Futaba's the one that thinks of that. And Morgana's like, man, I'm just a fucking cat. I'm going to leave. So there's that little bit.
You're probably like, yes, go.
I feel kind of bad, but there were so many moments when Morgana is just like, oh, can we? Oh, actually, no, don't worry about it. It's just like, stop being an attention-seeking cat and say something. It's not how you deal with conflict or being upset about something. You say something.
Man, it's coming from a guy who's like, man, I can't wait to get to Melbourne. I'm going to get a cat.
My cat won't. If my cat's got something wrong, it's going to come up to me like, meow. Not like mopey cat, like running around my place like, something's wrong, but I'm not going to tell you. You're just going to have to figure it out yourself. But yeah, we unlocked a new area. I defeated 2 more of the level C battles, which were super easy. I think, like, again, level C, I feel too... Like, they were the cruisiest fights. Like, going through the first area as well, like, all the shadows I was fighting were level 18 and 19.
Oh, right, yeah.
35, so it was just like, I just flicked them and they were dead. The next area I went down to was the last one I did. That was when the whole tone and the ambiance of the place kind of changed. It was almost like this purple sort of voidish area.
Yep.
Then the shadows jumped to like level 28 or so.
Yeah.
They were still easy to beat though. Like, I fought them and I was like, oh, 28. Okay.
Have you noticed though now that every time, like, it's now starting to become a bit noticeable how much Mementos is starting to change every level you go deeper.
Yeah. It's, I mean, like, level by level, I noticed it's almost like in sections instead. Like, the first 3 big sections were like mostly like 10 to 20. Now that we've gone to this whole new area, it's like there's heaps stronger people down there.
Yeah. And the thing is, as you go down each level, you'll notice that the floors will get more and more longer. So there's more floors with more, like, each level that you get deeper in Mementos, more floors.
Yes, yeah, I did notice that one of them was like 8 levels. The
Yep.
next one I did was actually I think only 5 or 6 levels, but maybe oh no, maybe I didn't go all the way through it.
I don't think you have.
Possibly, maybe I got part way. Oh, I did because it was one of the tunnels and not the train station, like the interchange.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're right. The further down you go,
The longer it gets.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was sad to see I accidentally killed a treasure demon, or like one of the gems that floats around because I found one. I tried to
Capture it.
capture it, but because it was only level 10, I did like 2 hits to it, and I was like, oh, surely I'll knock it down, and it just died. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
So I got
That's
plenty of XP
one.
and money, but yeah.
That is one of the rarest trophies as well on the
What?
on the to capture a treasure demon.
I've got one.
Wait, you captured it?
Yeah, I've got one. I got one like ages ago.
You would have gotten a trophy for that. That's one of the
think so.
rarest trophies to get.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I was just lucky then. I found one and I beat it, but it was they're real difficult to find. It was one of them where I like tried to like steal one of the ornaments and then you hit it and then it turns into a gem and then fucks off.
Nice.
You like chase it down. So I've got one though, yeah.
Nice. Well, it is one of the rarer trophies to get, so good on you. That's actually good to know that you got that one.
Good. Yeah.
Let's talk about the confidant. Oh well, not well. Yeah, let's talk about each confidant. No, sorry, I'm getting confused here. Let's talk about social stats. Your character social stats. Your guts, proficiency, charm, kindness, knowledge. How's that going?
So kindness is level 3. Guts I think is 4. Proficiency is 4. Charm is 4. And what was the last one again? Guts,
Kindness, knowledge.
Kindness is 3. Knowledge is 4.
Yeah.
Wait, read them all out.
Guts,
4.
proficiency,
4.
charm,
3.
kindness,
3.
knowledge.
4.
Okay, there you go.
There you go. Cool. That's better.
So you are close to maxing out a few of those stats there. That's pretty cool.
I've been grinding them, yeah, because I just got I got jobs.
Nice.
If only it was as easy to get a job in real life as
Yeah,
it was
I
in
know.
Persona 5, dude. I stood at the magazine like listing stand, and I was just like, apply, job. Just got 3 jobs now. I could work at a bar, I can work at a beef noodle shop, and I could work at the flower shop. I'm working at the flower shop because I needed to do that to unlock one of the Mementos challenges, like the bully.
Yeah.
But doing that, like, it raises your kindness. You get like 3,200 yen for doing it as well.
Oh, nice.
Doing like the beef noodle shop again, 3,200 yen, and you get to. There's a confidant with that guy that does like the speeches on the central square.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get him as well, but
The politician. Yeah.
yeah, the politician. So I'm working on lots of different things at the same time, but like I just keep coming back because there was so much free time to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to do.
Did you drink the juice? Have you drank the juice?
What juice?
So this is something I just learned because I'm trying to platinum the game, and apparently, if you drink juice, it helps you with either your guts or your proficiency or something. So the right where the magazine stand is to apply for jobs, if you head a little further, there's a juice stand right there, like to the left of it. So drink some of the juice there; it'll help your stats. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
There you go. There's a little bit of a tip for you.
That's something new to me.
A little bit of a tip for you.
I've been doing what's her name? There's so many different names in this game. The doctor lady, the medicine lady.
Takemi.
Huh?
Takemi.
Yeah. I've been doing some of the things, some of the different like trials with her. I've noticed every time I go back to her though, like there's no real chance of like raising up her confidant level, so I just don't do it, and I'll go and spend my time with someone else.
Have you been checking the map?
Yes, yeah. So I just recently created a confidant or like a relationship with Oya for the news, like the magazines.
Magazines, yeah.
Those are super easy though. Like I spoke to her, created the relationship, and then raised her confidant level twice in 2 days because I just maybe left it too late.
Yeah.
Like I'd left her for so long that I spoke to her and she's like, level up.
Yeah.
Level up. And I was like, okay, that's great. And now she's just kind of chilling at the moment. So
yeah, that was actually going to be my next question. Any new confidants?
Yeah, that's her. I don't think there were too many others. I also raised Sajiro's twice in a row, but now I need like max kindness. It's cool though to see when I raised Sajiro's, when I raised his confidant level, I also gained kindness for it.
Nice.
It's cool that you get like the 2-in-1 kind of things there. Like I don't know if you pick the right results or the right answers that they want to hear, because you get little notes above their head.
Yeah.
But I did that, and then it's like, yeah, your confidant level with Sajiro has gone up. Also,
yeah,
Kindness is good.
Well, every time that you make coffee with him as well, like if he is like, "Hey," and you're like, "Hey, yeah, let's make coffee."
I've been making sure I do that too, because like that's the most probably the most useful item in the game, because the only thing that stops you from coming back from mementos or coming back from being in a palace is SP. Your SP is the only thing that is like hard to refill. And if you make enough of the curry to refill your like your SP bar or anything like that, like you just stockpile that shit. You could stay in there for ages. Because HP you can just auto recover.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. I wanna raise some more of those though.
So this is a refresher for me regarding the next palace as well. As we go to wrap this up, do you remember what the basis is of actually entering this next palace is?
It was because we learned about like Big Bang Burger. We know that Big Bang Burger is there's like a it's part of a
It's like
franchise of
McDonald's,
like
yeah.
it's like a yeah it's like fast food kind of like franchise. And we learned about the CEO. I guess like I think he failed to start or like failed to run a business for a length of time. Came back and started to like suddenly became like widespread successful. Other CEOs and like competing branches or markets like resigned or
Yeah.
like quit doing what they were doing,
Yeah.
and suddenly his like just skyrocketed to being like this like worldwide franchise, super mega popular. Um, and he's like exploiting workers and basically treating people like robots or machines, which you see in like the palace too. Like he perceives them as machines.
Yeah.
One of them like falls down and fails, and like their solution is just like they will be disposed of because
Yeah.
they can't do their job. So
Yeah.
um, but they're also voted up on the fan site, like next to Akechi, who we're not going to change, obviously, but like you see Okumura go up a lot on the fan site, and so we take a lot more interest in what he's doing.
Yeah.
But we haven't really dove into it yet. Like Ryuji's kind of like jumping the gun and being like, "This is enough time to do it. Like we can do
Of
it. Like,
course.
let's fuck him up." And meanwhile, everybody else is like, "Yeah, but Morgana's missing, so we got to find
calm
Morgana
down, boy.
first." And Ryuji's just constantly like, "Yeah, we found the cat. Now let's go fuck up Okumura." Like
I bet you love it.
it's funny. I like it. I
Yeah.
mean, I was sad that I saw Morgana go. I'm gonna be honest. I was a little bit
Oh,
sad to
look
see
at
like
this
disappear
guy.
for like a moment there. I was
Turning
like,
a new leaf.
because they're all like fighting with each other. It's like just don't fight. Just be friends and be
Yeah.
a team. But yeah, it was. I don't. That's kind of where we're at the moment. We don't really know too much more about Akuma apart from like that we expect that their workers are gonna be, or like the perception of the workers is a pretty big red flag that is how he really is and why we're gonna pursue this palace.
Right. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you got that down. That's actually good to know. And you know, the future of that story will actually be pretty interesting for you to know as well. That's going to be awesome. So,
Yeah.
Holmesy, one last thing I want to talk a little bit about is there was some breaking news while we were away. Actually, it was on the day actually that we were recording our last the Persona Dancing special, and I forgot to mention it on that day. So in Japan, it was the final episode of the Persona 5 anime. Well, not the final episode. There was a movie length special because they had done the anime series.
Yeah.
And
Oh, is it done now? Is that finished?
No, it's not. That's the thing.
Oh.
So they had finished the main series, but they had the finale. Well, one of the finales. They got a finale, big finale that's split into two. One premiered on December 31st, and they had a big announcement at the end of that regarding Persona 5, the game. And there's a good chance there's a good chance that there's two things. So there was a teaser announcement for this thing called Persona 5R. Don't know what it is. A lot of people are speculating that it's a really good chance that it's a Nintendo Switch port.
Which would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be fucking amazing because it's very similar to how they did Persona 4 Golden on the Vita when the original was on the PS2. Or it could be called Persona 5 Reloaded, which might end up on the PlayStation 4 as well with new confidants, new combatants, and all this kind of deal. And kind of made me spew a little bit that we've already started this podcast and actually doing this. But I like it because we're actually doing the original story and everything. We're not actually doing something that's been added onto later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I realize as well. I think we might have talked about this because I talked about like being able to port my save file over from the PS4.
Yeah, that's not a thing. But anyway.
I don't think that'll be, because I don't think it will be a thing. Even more so because if this is like, well, here we go.
We never know.
We don't even know what it's going to be, but if it is what you're expecting, like if we plug Kingdom Hearts here for a second, like if it's almost like a final mix equivalent of Persona 5, where it's just like, here's this game, plus we've added personas that were like originally concepts,
Yeah.
and now we're gonna add them into the game. Like if there's extra stuff, you'll never be able to use your old file on a new game. But that'd be really cool if it's like a Final Mix equivalent of Persona 5, because that'd be probably a whole bunch of new stuff. Not that it needs it. There's already so much.
I know. The game's already so big. The guy's already been playing it for a year and he hasn't even finished.
There's 50 something hours in now. Yeah.
Holy fuck, mate! And you're enjoying it, which is awesome. Yes. Something that I would have expected you by now to drop, which is.
I expected me to drop it by now. Back then, when I first started, I expected me to drop it already. Yeah,
incredible. I love it that you're loving it. Yeah, which was going to be my final question. Any other thoughts? Any final thoughts today about the game as we're heading forward to the penultimate? I'll say, because you're not really there, but the penultimate of the game.
We're pretty damn close right now. This is like the home stretch almost. Well, no, not quite the home stretch, but we're getting there.
You're getting there.
You
got another 30 hours.
I'm pretty excited to finish it up. Like, not excited to be done with it. I mean, I'm excited to see what happens in the last like part of the game. It's you see the team come together a lot more like lately as well. Like getting Futaba back into the world. Like she didn't go outside. Like seeing them come together to like get her like almost like rehabilitated to come back out to the world.
Yeah,
come together to save Morgana and all this kind of stuff. And I guess like who's going to be possibly our last team member in a moment, like the Flower Girl popping up.
Right.
It's kind of nice to see the whole culmination of events sort of happen soon.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome, dude. So, guys, that is it for today. Holmesy, that's it for today. Once again,
that's great. Yeah, that's very. That hour went super quick.
It did. That's usually what happens when we talk about this game because it's so much fun. But guys, if you didn't know, this has been Dash and Holmesy Take Your Hearts. Make sure that you follow Holmesy on Twitter at Holmesin5. You can follow me on Twitter at Dash Gamers. You can also catch us every 3 weeks over on 8bit.net with our hungry family, but also on soundcloud.com/Dash and Holmesy, or also on iTunes where you can give us a cheeky 5-star rating, and also now over on dashandholmesy.com with our little hub, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. You can find it all there. We've set up this little hub over on dashgamer.com for you guys just to kind of find everything there. So hopefully you guys check that out. You can also catch myself and Buddy Watson on the all-new looking Dash Culture, which starts up again this Monday, January 14th, 2019. And we'll also have some news for everybody there too, so hopefully you join us there. But until then, we'll see you guys in 3 weeks with Holmesy for some more Persona 5, and then maybe in about a month for
KH3.
Open Your Hearts. Actually, before we do go, we'll talk a little bit about that because Holmesy actually did message me about that today because I wanted to touch on that. We did discuss the length of Persona 5, and at the same time, Holmesy goes, I don't think I'm going to finish this game before Kingdom Hearts comes out.
Nope.
So the goal is that we're going to continue Take Your Hearts because Holmesy wants to finish it, obviously. And we're going to do Open Your Hearts at the exact same time. So the plan might be that we might stream one episode. So if you catch us live, you'll get 2 episodes in one, which would be awesome. So hopefully you'll catch us on Twitch, twitch.tv/dashgamer with 3, not an E. And you'll be able to see both episodes go up, both episodes at the same time. And then we'll come up with a schedule and a plan for Open Your Hearts and Take Your Hearts when they go up at each. But that's the news for now for Open Your Hearts and Take Your Hearts. They're both going to happen at the same time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, boy. That's really exciting. I love it. But until then, guys, we thank you for joining us. Much love.
Stay hungry.
You can stop now, man.
Easy.
All right. Thank you so much to J Dude for the follow and for coming in, dude. Really appreciate it. You stuck around for most of the podcast. I know that you had to take off. That's okay, dude, because you're actually really... I can't believe that J Dude came along. And really thank you so much for coming along, dude. To Engage as well, dude. Someone casting the 2 podcast. Yeah, boy. It's going to be good. Thanks for coming, Engage. Really appreciate it every time you come along. And to... Who was the other one? Tenova TV. Thank you so much for coming along and watching as well. But until next time, guys, we thank you so much. Holmesy's probably going to be streaming tonight, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to be live in... How long? Like 15 minutes.
Oh, there you go. So make sure... Well, Engage, you're going to be over at Holmesy stream anyway. So, All right, guys. We'll see you guys in 3 weeks for another episode of maybe even 2 weeks. Who knows? Whenever Holmesy wants to do it, I guess. It's up to him these days. But until then, we'll see you guys in 3 weeks. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hiding both face and mind, afraid for you to drown. I'm a sharpshooter. What else should I be? Please don't take off my